Welcome to Tamer Bowling Video Ball Reviews.
We need your support, so if you like what we do, please support us by joining our Patreon page. Don't forget to check out our partner Pureit Bowling at pureitbowling.com. I want to thank Limerick Bowl for their support. If you're in the area, don't forget to visit Limerick Bowl in Limerick, Pennsylvania. Today we're testing the new Track Triton Elite. We're testing it on a 40-foot medium house shot and the PBA Scorpion pattern. First impressions, the Elite is back, and holy cow, I like the motion out of this ball. We gave it an A for value. The Triton Elite is reasonably priced and it has a motion a lot of bowlers are going to like. Overall, we gave it a B+ on house shot, B+ on sport. From the first ball thrown, I immediately knew what we had. Despite the finish, the ball doesn't struggle to get down lane. But the special thing about this ball is the capabilities down lane. It really turns over for a big, reliable move. It generates angle and you could trust it without a doubt. It never said no thanks. The most poignant feeling we had was that it made us feel like there was no out of bounds, and if you don't realize it, that's very high praise. I could play from near the third arrow with a bit higher speed to rev ratio. I could also easily play the fourth arrow or deeper with a bit higher rev to speed ratio. Bottom line is I could get to the pocket from anywhere. The one thing that blocked me from perfection was the 7-pin. From the third arrow, the ball's a bit too strong and I leave some flat 7s. From the fourth arrow, I was wrapping the 7-pin occasionally. More than likely, the best solution to get this ball to better match up is to take it up to 4,000 away from the 2,000 to allow me to play the more direct line, allowing the ball to store a touch more energy. Nevertheless, I absolutely love the motion. Quick comparison to the Tactix, and you can see they're pretty different pieces. The biggest thing is the pretty clear hook set motion from the Tactix. Due to how much it digs in, it seems to stomp more as opposed to the Elite's continuous motion through the pins. Jordan was next, and no surprise, he also saw that big old motion out of the Track Triton Elite. Because of how hard it comes off the spot, he had to get in a bit more and did occasionally blow it through the spot, trying to almost force it on line. You can see misses in don't hold for him as they just run away. With that said, he saw the same beautiful motion of roundness that just keeps trucking, and it really continues through the pins. And this really looks like a strong benchmark type ball. But for Jordan on typical house, a Pearl ASIM or maybe a slightly weaker ball will be easier to benchmark with, something giving him a clean look but predictable downlane motion. Compared to the Tactix, it follows exactly the same model. The ASIM had a great look, but if you look at it through the pins, you'll see the Tactix deflects more at the back of the deck. On to Bryan, and with the Triton Elite, he has a ball that, due to the angle it generates, pushes him in a little bit so that he can give it more room. So the motion also looked very nice on lane, but it made his line actually a little tight. The ball's rounded motion lost a little hit or for flat or wrap 10s, similar to what I saw. So to compensate for the stronger cover, he amps up the speed a touch to keep the ball holding line. He definitely felt like he could work the ball, maybe add some rotation to float it further down lane. For him, getting length control was the key. Compared to the Tactix, again, the biggest difference is the strong hook set motion of the ASIM core in the Tactix. So where the Triton deflects for a flat corner, the half pocket hit with the Tactix this time carries in a different way. Bryan takes advantage of the stronger core of the Tactix. We tested on the 42-foot Scorpion pattern. The Triton Elite was a surprise dream for me on this pattern. I really felt like I had no out of bounds. Having bowled this pattern a few times, I found the outside out of bounds, so either I had to use a tight line or move in. Well, the Elite could do either, and outside looked really good from the left side because of the angle through the pins. Next to the Tactix, which I used relatively effectively on this pattern, you can again see the hook set control motion. But with that comes less room for forgiveness from out. For Jordan, the reaction is amplified, and this feels like a lot of ball for this pattern. The Triton Elite still has a nice reaction, but probably a magnitude too much for Jordan given his rev rate. And the Tactix seemed actually just about right. That hook set motion was perfect for this condition. By the time Bryan tests, it's no longer a surprise that the Triton Elite is almost magical for him. He didn't have a problem getting length, but the big thing is having control of the breakpoint despite the strong move down lane that this ball creates, and that meant great pocket control. Like me, he felt no out of bounds. An area on a sport shot, awesome. With the Tactix, he saw the same motion he saw before. The Elite gave him a better look. Alright, final thoughts. If you couldn't tell, the Track Triton Elite really impressed us. It visually looks great, it rolls fantastic. It's a medium ball that seems to be able to make its way up and down the scale, if you will. That, in my eyes, is the definition of a benchmark. If I didn't say versatility already, yes, it's versatile. It has a back-end motion that you can rely on and trust. The feeling of no out of bounds is very noticeable, which means it really matched up well. Enjoy this remake, folks.
I need to tell you what Tamer Bowling Ball reviews.